Mikroelektronik Berlin, 25. Components for CRTs, also photocopiers. VEB Mikroelektronik Bruno Born Zednik. Before 1977 Isolierwerk Zednik, 26. Punched parts, insulating materials. VEB Spuren metal-free Iberg silicon and gallium arsenide wafers. VEB Glass Kombinat Weisswasser glass envelopes for CRTs, 27. Two plants from Kombinat Mikroelektronik were moved to VEB Kombinat Karl Zeiss Jena in 1986. VEB Zentrum für Verchangung Technology Mikroelektronik Dresden, ZFTM, development and pilot production of integrated circuits. VEB Hoch Vakuum Dresden equipment for physical vapor deposition. The East German clock and watch industry formed part of the Kombinat Mikroelektronik as the late BIHRN clock directorate, with a number of plants. VEB are in work runner also CMOS integrated circuits, primarily for watches and clocks. VEB are in work Glashat. VEB are in work Weimar. VEB Plastverarbeitung Eisenach. VEB Feinwerk Technik Dresden. Products. Microprocessors. U8 30 cm, VEB ZFTM Dresden, 1986. The U830, U8032, U8047, and U320C20 were manufactured by ZFTM Dresden, while all other processors came from Mikroelektronik Karl Marx Erfurt. U8088 8-bit microprocessor, clone of the Intel 8008. U830 asynchronous 8-bit processor slice for PDP-11 compatible computers. U8032 16-bit arithmetic coprocessor slice. U888-bit microprocessor, clone of the Zilog Z80. U881 through U886 8-bit microcontrollers, clones of the Zilog Z8. U8000 16-bit microprocessors, clones of the Zilog Z8000. U8047 4-bit microcontroller. U84C00 8-bit microprocessor, CMOS version of the Zilog Z80, pilot production only. U8061 16-bit microprocessor, clone of the Intel 80286, pilot production only. U8071 32-bit microprocessor, clone of the Micro VAX 78032, pilot production only. U320C 20 16-bit digital signal processor, CMOS version of the Texas Instruments TMS 32020, pilot production only. Other components. Rectifier diode SY625/05, VEB Mikroelektronik Robert Harnau Gross Raskin, 1990. Germanium power transistor GD241, VEB Mikroelektronik Anacellers Neuhausen Renweg, 1983. Silicon power transistors, VEB Mikroelektronik Karl Liebknecht Stahnsdorf, 1987 to 1989. Optocouplers, VEB Werk für Fernsehelektronik Berlin. PMOS Logic ICU108D, VEB Funkwerk Erfurt 1982, all other IC from Webarblitterwerk Frankfurt, Oder, 1985, 1989. EPROM U552C, 256X 8-bit, VEB Funkwerk Erfurt 1983. DIM U61000CC12, 1MX 1-bit, Websft Dresden marked as Karl Zeiss Jena, 1989. 4000 series integrated circuit, VEB in work runner, 1987. Consumer goods. Video game console BSS01, Bildschirm Spiel 01, VEB Halbleiterwerk Frankfurt, Oder, 1980. Microcomputer Learning Kit LC80, Learn Computer 80, VEB Mikroelektronik Karl Marx Erfurt 1984. Chess Computer Centimeter, Chess Master, VEB Mikroelektronik Karl Marx Erfurt 1984. Pocket Calculator SR1, Skolregler 1, VEB Mikroelektronik Wilhelm Pieck Mulhausen, 1984. Home Computer KC85/2, Klein Computer 85/2, VEB Mikroelektronik Wilhelm Pieck Mulhausen, 1984. Semiconductor designation. The type designations for both discrete semiconductor devices and integrated circuits were specified in Stator Standard TGL 38015.28. The designations for discrete semiconductors are similar to the pro-electron specification and are discussed there. The type designation for integrated circuits initially, in 1971, consisted of one letter for the basic type and temperature range, a 3-digit type number, and one letter for the package type. 2. Over time this proved inflexible and the plants started adding letters for further temperature ranges, speed classes, etc. For example, a second letter after the basic type to indicate the speed class of a processor, as in UD8820M. In order to curb these somewhat uncoordinated extensions and also out of a desire to keep the type numbers in common with international equivalents, the standard was revised in 1986. The revision came into force in April 1987. 28. Almost arbitrary type numbers were allowed now, including additional letters in the type number if the international equivalent had them. For example, U74HCT02DK. The temperature range was added as a separate letter at the end. A 2-digit number could follow the temperature letter in order to indicate the maximum clock frequency of a microprocessor, in megahertz, E.GU880DC08, or the access time of a memory circuit, in units of nanoseconds or tens of nanoseconds. For example, U60998CC12. Existing type designations were kept even if they did not fully conform to the new standard, for example V4028D. Integrated circuits that did not meet the official specifications were sold as hobbyist versions. More often than not, these were the only versions available to hobbyists. Before 1987, the hobbyist versions were assigned separate basic type letters while keeping the type number. For example, an A109D that did not meet its specifications would become an R109D. 29. From 1987 onwards, S1 was appended to the unchanged type designation for hobbyist versions. For example, U6516DS1. Basic types of integrated circuits. Basic type definition example before 1987. From 1987 onwards, a bipolar analog integrated circuit. Temperature range 0 degrees Celsius to plus 70 degrees C. Bipolar analog integrated circuit, primarily for consumer applications. A110 dB bipolar analog integrated circuit. Temperature range minus 25 degrees Celsius to plus 85 degrees C. Bipolar analog integrated circuit, primarily for industrial applications. B342 DC bipolar mixed signal integrated circuits, analog to digital converters and digital to analog converters. C574 CD bipolar digital integrated circuit. Temperature range 0 degrees Celsius to plus 70 degrees C. Bipolar digital integrated circuit. D103DE bipolar digital integrated circuit. Temperature range minus 25 degrees Celsius to plus 85 degrees Celsius. C435EL charge coupled device. L110CN bipolar mixed signal integrated circuits. Hobbyist version of type CN520DP bipolar digital integrated circuit. Hobbyist version of types D and EP120DR bipolar analog integrated circuit. Hobbyist version of types A and BR283DS unipolar integrated circuit. Hobbyist version of types U and VS114DU unipolar integrated circuit. Temperature range 0 degrees Celsius to plus 70 degrees C. Unipolar integrated circuit U103DV unipolar integrated circuit. Temperature range minus 25 degrees Celsius to plus 85 degrees Celsius. VB880D. Optional second letter. Type group. Secondal to definition. Example: a speed class of a microprocessor or microprocessor peripheral, a being the fastest and d the slowest, not specified in TGL 38015, only used by FWE/MME for products introduced before 1987. U880 Bub 8001 KK841 D881 manufacturer defined. Test. Layout of a master slice integrated circuit, only used by HFO. Before 1987 basic type and second letter were reversed, i.e. IA/ID instead of AI/DI. IA338D. 30. Customer defined layout of a master slice integrated circuit, only used by HFO. Before 1987 basic type and second letter were reversed, i.e. KA/KD instead of AK/DK. DK708G. 31. Low power variant. Bipolar digital integrated circuits DL usually were equivalent to the 74LS series, UL224D30. 32. Fast variant. Bipolar digital integrated circuits DS used Schottky transistors, with some equivalent to the 74S series, DS8283D. 33. New package type letters were added in 1987 while the previously defined letters remained unchanged. Package types. Package description. Example: ceramic dual inline package, DIP. P192CD plastic dual inline package, DIP. DL000DE plastic dual inline package, DIP. With tabs for heat sink attachment. R210EF ceramic flat pack or quad flat package, QFP. U80701FCG plastic flat pack or quad flat package, QFP. U131G. 34. Multi-leaded power package for horizontal mounting. R2030HK dual inline package with fixed heat sink. A210K. 35. M plastic quad inline package, QIL. UB8820MN plastic SOT package, especially SOT 54B589N. 36. P plastic chip carrier package U80601PC08R ceramic chip carrier package U80601RA04S small outline package, SOP. B2765 SGV multi-leaded power package for vertical mounting. B3370V. 37. X-Bear chip without package U1, available with either of the two spacings. TGL 38015 required that the version with a 2.54mm spacing be.
Yes. Now at the click, that's because I'm sleepy. I do this click. Yes, when I'm sleepy, when I do like this, I'm clicking the mouse because I'm still very sleepy. So I have to now I have interrupt the reading. We have to do page by page. We have to do the top of the pages. So let's just do this. Actually, I like to go to my kitchen. I have some cake. Cause I'm very sleepy every morning. Cause I never sleep enough. I just get up in the morning. I got up this morning again. Yes, my old mom was here yesterday. So I bring 2 small pieces of cake. So I like to eat it right now. So let's finish this and upload. Then I can charge my camcorder a little bit. Then I will continue. Yes, if I not do it, I never read anything about semiconductors factories in Eastern Germany. If I don't do that now, I will probably never do it. So just like to continue. Yes, I will be low on money this whole summer. I will be low on money. So why not just do this? That's the Kombinat Mikroelektronik Erfurt, and then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 computers from Eastern Germany. Let's get it on video. But let's eat my cake. That's just a small cake break. No, that's because when I'm close to fall asleep, when I'm sleeping, I'm because I got my fingers on the mouse, I'm clicking on mouse, but if I do that when it's reading, I interrupt the reading. This is what happens, so I have to keep my fingers away from the mouse. No, I can move the mouse. I can move the mouse like this, but not with my finger. Normally I always have my fingers on there, but I have to do it like this. I have to move the mouse cursors, and if I'm sleeping I not do this. That's because when I'm sleeping I'm clicking by mistake, like this, like this. Then I'm clicking, I don't know why, but I'll do that. And I cannot do that when I'm this robot voice is reading, yes. So I will eat this cake, and then I will wash my fingers. Yes, I have to take the lights off in my bedroom. This light was on. Normally I don't have lights on in the daylight, but I do that when I record video. I put the lights on. Of course, if I not do that, it looks very dark. So I have like 300 PDF documents. Now I would like to read about the old Intel CPUs. The 86 and the 81.6, 82.6, 83.6 and 84.6 DX4 and the Pentiums. The first Pentium and Pentium 2, 3 and 4. Then this dual core. Pentium dual, that's not Intel core, let's just call it Intel dual core. Then we have this Intel core later in all kind of version. We are in version 12, so I have to read this. They call it lake, like Alder Lake and Sandy Lake. They call it all kind of lake. I like to read these documents about the 9th generation, 10 and 11. I have to understand how you are making this, how they do this, how they make these CPUs. and how a CPU is working. But that's very complicated. That's high science.